Thank you to SnakeStone97 for their generous donation as a YouTube member.
Why is he hiding the ball?
Because it has a heart on it. It's a symbol for hiding his feelings.
Oh, I thought he was just gonna like slam somebody with the ball. Hey guys, nothing to do. Gotcha.
Just being a fucking ball at someone. Hello everyone, my name is Vivian, and welcome back to episode 9 billion of Extracurricular Activities. On the last one, we finished up Dozer's route, and on this one, we're going to endeavor to finish up, or at least begin the finishing up, of Chester's route, which, if you recall, we previously were doing, but I reached a conundrum of sorts. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Everyone in the fucking comments on both fucking versions of the video, the one that got taken down and the one that didn't. Yeah, this is the fucking video that got me fucking in trouble. Told me to tell him. So we're gonna do that. And the consequences will be on your heads! Also, hopefully the audio balancing is a little better this time around, because thanks to a little help on the technical side from a helpful TikTok sent to me by my brother, I have discovered some features on OBS of rendering multiple audio channels that hopefully will help me audio balance a little better in editing. The decision, in case you have forgotten or didn't know in the first place or anything like that, is to tell Darius about what happened with Vernon. I don't remember specifically if it was just with us or with Chester's experience with Vernon or the big picture or all of it or just us or whatever, I don't. But y'all said to tell him, so consequences be what they may, we're telling. Because you said to, so... Well... That guy's name is Vernon. And he's been harassing me and Chester a lot for being gay. Seriously? In this day and age, that's what you guys have had to deal with? Yeah. Someone threw a rock through my bedroom window a few nights ago, and we're confident it was him. I've been having frequent nightmares about him, and I've struggled to sleep. It's been really stressful. So, in hopes of alleviating some of that stress, I'm staying with Chester for a little bit. Damn. Is that why Chester decked him? You know about that? Of course I do. Sometimes I wonder if Darius just has fucking access to the fucking security cameras in the goddamn school or some shit. He was provoking Chester and paid for it. I didn't know Chester had that in him. I've made him mad before, but I never expected him to punch me for it. I would have liked to have seen it, though. I would have liked to have seen it, too. What's this guy's beef? No pun intended. Personal past with Chester. Scorned lover? Not hardly. Maybe he's the homophobe that's in the closet, and he's too ashamed to admit it. That wouldn't surprise me with how he acts. What a bastard. Bastard. Fuck. That is just a weird fucking word to say with that voice. Bastard. I can't fucking do it properly. I'm sorry you guys have been having to... No, I'm just fucked right now. I'm sorry you guys are having to put up with that. Have you reported it to the police or anything like that? Some of it. We've reported to the... Some of it we've reported to the school. Why is there a comma there? Those the bad comma. Some of it we've reported to the school. I'm trying to make that comma sound. Some of it we've reported to the school. We're just waiting on the results now. School won't do shit, I bet. Take it to the police, especially if he's vandalizing your home. That's what I fucking said. If we had any proof, I would. but we don't have any proof that it was him. It's not like it would be anyone else, but without evidence. Yeah, I understand. Well, you can still file a report, put it all together, and then eventually the report will be ready by the time you have a concrete lead. It saves all the time of an investigation ahead of time, and you have the police's attention right up front. There you go. Fuck. And try to be private investigators ahead of fucking time. You guys just keep an eye out, and if you need it, I have a couple of friends around campus that are bigger and could probably make him stop acting out real fast. I'll keep that in mind. You sighed and ran your hand down over your face. It's just so frustrating. I blame myself for what's happening, and Chester's blaming himself for it. We know neither of us is to blame, but it's still hard to shake the feeling. I hate it. I hear you, dude. I hear you, dude. And I kept the original version of his voice. We're doing that type of thing. I hear you, dude. Neither of the guys is to blame, it sounds like. So don't let that fuck get in your heads. Just stay away from him, and if he gives you guys a hard time, just let me know. He's rich enough to make him disappear. I'll do something about it. I don't think it'll come to anything like that, but it seems like the whole team has our backs. Of course, they'd better. He slapped your knee with a chuckle and returned his paw to the steering wheel. We've got you covered, so don't forget that. Thanks, Darius. Well, that turned out very well. I just hope Chester takes it as well, too, because my main concern wasn't that Darius would take it too inappropriately or use the information inappropriately, because I figured he would have a deftness of the situation at hand. My main concern was that Chester might find it a breach of privacy, because it wasn't just our story to tell. You know, it's a very personal situation, and depending on how much of the story we told, because it turned out we just said personal past. You know, we didn't dive into all of it. If we had told too much of it, it could have been, you know, a breach of serious personal history, you know. But anyway. Right here's good. Yeah, Chester's place is right over there. I appreciate you bringing me back. No problem. If you feel like you have to pay me back, though. No dick pics. I was gonna ask for an ass pic because you got a nice ass. Just to take it pics, take it for you. You rolled your eyes and got out of Darius's car. Thanks again for the ride and for hearing me out. I really appreciate it. Don't forget what I told you. I know people. I'll keep that in mind, you mob motherfucker. I'll see you soon at practice. Now, I have some stuff to do before then. Getting the old guys from the block in line. So if I end up running late, let Coach know I'll be there. Alright. See you at practice then. Darius gave you a wave and pulled off. I wonder just what it is Darius has in mind for handling Vernon. I bet it involves several tubs of hydrochloric acid. Someone shouting, "Sir, this is a Wendy's." If he keeps it up, maybe I'll check my alternatives. For now, time to chill until practice. Please God, let it... Okay. I'm still hungover a little bit from that 3-hour recording of Dozer's finale. Someone asked me recently what my ideal time frame of a route day, excluding, you know, these little side conversations and you know, breaks away from recording, you know, what my ideal length of a character route day is. And my answer was like, if it's filled with quality content, I'm thinking somewhere between 20-30 minutes. That's okay, as long as it's quality filled. if you can get it up to 40 minutes, that's a lot. But that's like stretching it, maybe. No, 20 is actually pretty low now. I'm saying it out loud. I think 40 is like a lot for one day. It depends on how many days you have too. But like, if you get to an hour, that's fucking too much. Too goddamn much. But it really just depends, I guess. The problem is that sometimes if you focus on the length of the day, you'll try to stretch it to that length with not quality content, just sometimes filler. Stuff that is just like pleasant conversation or choices that don't need to be choices or stuff like that. I would go with quality over quantity all day, every day. And if you have a really solid packing fucking quality ass 15-minute day of a character route, I would take that over an hour and a half of nothing. I know sometimes devs will fucking run themselves ragged trying to fill out word counts for their monthly updates. They'll be like, "Oh man, this update for this month just isn't long enough. I don't feel like it's long enough to satisfy my readers." And I'm like, "Dude, is it good enough?" If your readers are worried that it isn't long enough, they're asking the wrong fucking question. If it's good enough, then you've done your fucking thing. And if people are worried about it isn't long enough, shit, man. Sometimes, you know, if you're worried about, like, there's all a bunch of other shit. I could go on about this for a long time. I got a podcast for that. This is an episode. Long story short, quality over quantity. I need to move on now. Practice was a singles doubles match due to Chester being absent, but it didn't start until Darius arrived late, like he mentioned. Everything was going as usual, and you had just finished the first set of your match, and we're getting some water. Sounds like my phone's ringing. Chester, how did it go? Oh my god, what is that picture? What in the fuck is that? Good, I think. I hope. They said they'll get back to me in a few days about whether or not I get the position. I'm so glad you went over with some of those interview questions with me. They asked a few of the ones you did. It felt way easier to answer them because of your help. I'm glad to hear it. You'll have to tell me more about the interview later. I will. I have lots of pictures to show you too, because the building was full of all sorts of cool things. It'll be so awesome to work there, Link. I'm gonna be antsy until I hear back from them in about 4 days. Until the finale to give an out-of-nowhere answer as to whether or not I got the good route ending. Much like how it did with Harold's route. You'll be working there next week. Here's hoping. Oh, the bus is here. I gotta go, so I'll talk to you after work. Mwah! Love you. Love you too, Chess. Talk to you later. Beep. Sounded like he was in a good mood, so the interview must have gone well for him. That is not a guarantee, man. Link! Let's go! Ah! Look out!
Hey! Listen!
Hey! Listen! Sorry, guys. I'm coming. Huh? I'm gonna make sure everything is nice and clean for when... Bree is collapsing now. I'm gonna make sure everything is nice and clean for when he gets home. I want him to... I want him to come in and relax and tell me about what happened. Hey, we're home, and it's still dirty as shit. Nice cleaning. There's my little cameo. See, originally it wasn't that.
Your Whittle boots.
Originally it was just a wolf with, it was green, and then when I saw it, I was like, oh, did they do that? And then they were like, oh no. And because when I saw it, I was like, oh, if only they did it for pink, then it would be really neat. And then they were like, oh, we didn't. That was just the thing. And then they changed it to pink. They changed it so it would be specifically of the It is so cool. They've done a couple of more since they added some more backgrounds. Richard. In his bedroom, they added like a couple of license plates, and one of them has like Naoki Cooper. She also does streams for this game. She does them for a Spanish-speaking audience, and she's just a really, really nice. She's just a lovely individual in general, very friendly, and so she has her own little shout out in that background too, and so it's just really cool that they're doing that, and there's mine. But I was in your first by accident. Phew! I don't think I've really stopped since practice. Their place is really clean already. Doesn't look like it with the fucking shit everywhere on the floor. God damn it! Sorry. But their place here... there were places where... Here and there, goddamn! That needed some extra attention. We'll see if Chester notices or not. No doubt that Andrew will notice. But Chester... speaking of Chester, the phone rings. Hey, Mo. Hey, babe. Fucking character art. You done work? Just got on my bike and I'm heading home. Oh, God! Oh, God! Ready for a snack and to just crash on the bed with you. Not trying to talk on your phone and ride your bike at the same time, are you? Bluetooth earpiece. Oh, the future is crazy. Be careful regardless. He doesn't have his hearing out. Oh, God. Oh, you've skipped a lot of scenes. I'm scared. I will be. How was work tonight? Nothing new. It was another slow night. The money was all good? Yep. We were over by a nickel, and it was one I found on the floor. Good stuff. Anything interesting happen with you today? Yeah, actually. I ran into Darius right after you went into your interview. Really? Yeah, he scared me when he snuck up on me. Why was he there? He said he was having lunch nearby after dropping his motorcycle off at his mechanic shop. He saw us talking outside of Plot and stopped to see what we were up to. Oh, I see. I think he lives in the city too, actually. Does he? I wouldn't know. Other than that, today's just been a normal day. Ooh, skimmed that conversation, huh? I'm just waiting for you to get home so you can tell me more about your interview. After I snack, I'll tell you all about it. I'm gonna hang up now so I can really book it. I'll be there in about 5 more minutes. Alright, be careful. Will do. See you soon. Beep. Oh, God, okay. I'm just... This route puts me so fucking on edge. Like, any fucking moment, some gang of ravenous thugs can show up and just fucking do some crazy shit, and I don't like it. I'm nervous, and I don't like being nervous. I'll go greet him at the door. He lounged around for a few minutes and unlocked the door and kept glancing at the peephole until you saw Chester. Okay, everything's cool. Oh, fucking criminally. Welcome out, Chess. It's certainly nice to come home and be greeted by you after such a busy day. He grabbed you in his arms and cracked you back from hugging you so tightly. Things look a lot cleaner in here. Did you clean while I was at work? I didn't expect you to notice at all, you lackadaisical fuck! You don't notice shit! I work so hard in this home! You've been here for like a day and you're just already the roommate from hell. Let alone right away. Of course I'd notice. This is my house! I've lived here. You are a guest. What the hell? Not only do things look cleaner, but they feel cleaner. I sense everything in this home. I have a spiritual connection to my surroundings, and you have tampered with the balance, and Anyway, thank you, babe. You didn't have to do all that. You were... working hard today, so I wanted to do something other than lay around. Well, Andrew's gonna love it too. He might just be willing to keep you around permanently. And send me back to the shelter. He loves you too much to boot you and keep me. He could change his mind when he sees what you've done. You cleaned in here too? And the bathroom and your bedroom. My room? Don't worry, I didn't mess with much in there beyond just doing some dusting and sweeping. I don't want to mess with the order of your space. Oh, whew. Okay. Well, thank you for doing all this. I really do appreciate it. He hugged you again and held you until you heard his stomach growling against you. Let me get that snack, then we can talk more in my room. Okay. Chester returned to the room with a bowl of cereal, and he sat on his computer chair with his feet propped up on the bed. You were on the bed already, and you decided to rub his feet while he ate and talked, because that's just a natural thing to do. Ooh, that feels good. I've been on my feet nearly all day. You tell me about your interview, and I'll keep rubbing your feet. So, where to begin? Start at the beginning. Don't fucking mansplain storytelling. Okay. So the first thing you see when you walk in is a life-size statue of the main character from their first big game, Eternal Conflicts. It's this really awesome dragon guy, and he looks so cool with the lights all around him. Yeah, here, I took pictures of it. He handed you his phone to show off the statue. The receptionist was just past that, and he was really friendly. His name was Angel, and we chatted about our favorite games until it was time for my interview. And I think he said his was Fantasy Craft Universe. Anyway, it was better than sitting around being all anxious and stuff. So fuck, I'm trying to play off as he's really anxiously excited, but I'm getting ahead of myself. I apologize. I was taken into a meeting room on the 10th floor with a couple of guys in there, and one was HR, and the other was a team leader for design, I think. We did introductions and talked a little before the interview started. When they asked what type of experience I had, I showed off my notebook and asked to show them some of the projects I was working on. What'd they think about them? I couldn't actually look at my projects since they didn't have a compatible computer with them. Fucking plebes. But they did flip through my notebook. Both of them looked impressed at how detailed some of my ideas and concepts are. One of them even mentioned one of my ideas is really innovating. Ooh, innovating, they say. Innovating, they say. And I'm going around the microphone. Innovating, they say. Yeah, that's awesome. Getting through the questions wasn't that bad, thanks to you helping me out beforehand. And after they were done with their questions, we talked about the position and what it entails. What kind of stuff would you be doing? They're starting me on a new project soon, and they're putting together a team to start on it. They want to bring in some new people with some fresh ideas to put into the project. So I'd be working with that team. So I'd be helping with the design of a whole new game. Things like the plot and game mechanics and everything. It's a hell of a lot for an internship. You know, I'd be thinking for an internship you'd be getting coffee and shit. Like, you know, a gopher. But this sounds like a fucking, you know... this sounds like a game designer position. Like... This, you know, before we were talking about, oh, will I get paid or not? This is a huge jump in expectations. He sighed and went limp in his chair with his bowl resting on his stomach. It sounds like my dream job. You get to be that involved just an intern? I guess so. They better fucking pay you if you're getting that involved. If they, just as an intern, are that involved and they don't pay you, fucking run. Because that is a place that will fucking rob you of all of your fucking input, never credit you, and you will be fucking... I hate to use... They will fucking ruin your passion for an industry. I'm serious. The position is only for 3 months, and I'll get no less than 32 hours a week. You better be getting fucking paid. Oh my god. But they said they are taking in about 10 interns, and they plan on keeping a few of the best ones to continue on working on the project. Oh my god. This is sounding a lot like a cattle call. Again, no pun intended. Sounds like it'll be tough to get in, but I know you can do it. Getting the internship is the first step, so I'm trying not to get my hopes too high. They showed me around the building a little more after the interview, since they had some free time until the next one. It was a really nice view of some of the city. It has a really nice view of some of the city, and there's so much cool stuff there. You can browse through my pictures and see what else there was. Just to put his bowl aside and jumped under the bed with you. He sat with his back to the headboard, and he pulled you onto his lap, resting you against his belly with his chin on your head. You scrolled through his pictures one at a time, and he explained what each one was with utmost excitement. It was absolutely overflowing with nothing but positive energy. Man, if those people heard you talking about this stuff like that, they'd be mad to turn you down. Well, not really, because it might make them more easy. If it's a bad environment, they might make it easier to exploit a person like that who's just blind by fanboydom, but that's not always the type of person you want in an environment. Why do you say that? You're so enthusiastic about all of it, and you know so much about game stuff. I tried to keep my excitement contained while I was there, but I might have spazzed out a little hard here and there. I did surprise them by being able to point out some of the more obscure characters from one of their games. See, this is the type of thing that, and this is something that I know Dine used to work at a GameStop. This is something that a lot of people who grow up thinking that GameStop is the fucking place to work. It's not. Okay, I've worked there multiple times, and I also grew up, one, with someone that thought GameStop was the place to work, and two, as someone who also kind of thought it was the place to work. It's not. It's not the place to work. But I grew up around a lot of people who thought it was the place to work, and constantly, a lot of people thought, oh, I know a lot about video games. I can name this, that, and that character, and I know this, that, and that video game, and this, that, and that fucking all this, that, and the other about all these consoles, and this, that, and the other about hardware. That's not what's gonna get you in at a GameStop position. It's about sales. It's a retail job. And I'm not sure that at a place like this, being a sycophant for a company is the kind of thing you'd want at a development firm. Because at the end of the day, it's the same thing. If you strip away what they're doing, the surface level, they're still just a development firm. It's like, oh, I know a lot about Disney movies. I'd be great to work at Disney and make the next Disney film. Okay, just because you can list every fucking bug type that was in Hakuna Matata, and you've known every word to every Disney song ever fucking recorded, does not mean you know what'll be the next fucking Disney hit. Also, not big on Disney right now, but still, they are a film company. That's what they are. You gotta be able to make motion pictures. Maybe that earned you some extra points with them. Who knows? Hopefully so. He kept his hands clasped over your stomach and he snuggled against you. Even if I don't get the job, the experience of the interview today was really cool. I'm happy I got to do that at least. That's a good perspective to have. It makes me want to work in the industry even more. If I can make people feel about a game like those like other developers do for me, that'd be amazing. You'll get there, Moo. I know you will. Thanks, babe. A yawn rolled from his mouth and he tapped his hands against you, signaling you to move. I'm really tired. Today was jam-packed for me. I've gone through so many emotions. Ready for bed? Oh, Jesus, you scared me. Just about. Gonna brush my teeth and treat you to some more cuddling. Maybe we can watch an episode or two of anime before we go to sleep. I'm down if that's what you want to do. I'm pretty beat myself. I'll be back soon then. I gotta brush my teeth too. You followed him off to the bathroom after some horsing around involving gropings and teasings. Oh my. You returned to the bedroom refreshed and ready to cuddle up in bed with Chester for the night. Day 32 is here. Yay. Alright, the save file is made, and now you can see it's the updated one with the day on it. Very nice. We might be in trouble, as you can see Andrew was calling us, but we'll see. And granted, this episode might be as long as it is because of my frequent tangents, but whatever. It does say something that this is just the second half of a day following a choice that was made in a previous episode. But this is already a 45-minute recording. Good lord. But anyway, thank you all very much for watching this episode of Extracurricular Activities. I hope you enjoyed it. I look forward to seeing what happens in day 32. I would like to encourage you to watch some of my other series while you are here. I recently started branching out my content a little more into games that I played as a child, as exhibited in series like the recently relaunched The Herbs, games that I'm familiar with from my childhood but never played myself, like Final Fantasy X, and games that I have never played myself ever and have very little, if none at all, experience with or familiarity, like Fallout New Vegas. These are games that I want to branch out with and experiment with, even despite the fact that I know they will not receive much support or attention on this channel. And this is a series that I know receives a lot of attention. So I would like to encourage those who watch this series that enjoy it for my antics. I would like to encourage those viewers to give those series a chance, if you have not already. It would mean a lot to me if you did. And if you have already, go watch them again, please. They're fun. And until next time, we'll see what in the fuck Andrew is so pissed off about, or excited about, or whatever the hell. But until then, I have been the Trained Unprofessional, with Bree as well, continuing to work on her paper, and until then, bye. Have a nice day.